Mike or Jack, can you just talk about this, the second period and especially the play where they seem to be getting back in it at 3-1 10 seconds later than the big call?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there was a lot of penalties in that second period, and you know, for any team it takes away a lot of momentum. But you know, even though there is power plays, you still got to take advantage. And you know, our power play hasn't been great as of late, but you know, we got the job done tonight, and you know, you got to give Yale a lot of credit. They kept battling. Man, they made that third period pretty exciting, and I know nervous on our bench, but you know, we reached one of our goals, is getting there, and you know, we got 2 games away from national championship.
Jack, having seen Chris win a national championship a couple of years ago, how much has that experience driven you, and especially now that you're headed to the Frozen Four?
Yeah, I mean, it helps a little bit. I've talked to him about his experience before. You know, it's definitely not an easy road to get to that Frozen Four, and you know, seeing him go through it and all the hard work that they did as a team, I think you know, we're emulating that on our team pretty well this year. So I feel like there's no reason why we can't go down there and get a couple wins under our belt. I mean, we're playing right there in our backyard down in St. Paul, so I think it's a great venue for us to be playing in, and we can't wait for in 2 weeks to get down there.
Wait, can you describe your goal?
Actually, off the draw there, Jack. Just he won a clean back. He had quite a bit of time there, so we kind of emphasized getting pucks on net. So I thought I'd just get it on net. I think it hit one of their players and fooled the goalie a little bit. So it was really just a fortunate bounce, I think.
Guys, for any of you guys, when you're in a game where there's, particularly in the second period, where there's so many contact counts at the elbow, contact to the head, how hard is it to stay composed and not kind of retaliate? And had you talked a little bit about down the bench, you know, guys, we got to make sure we're going to stay out of the box ourselves.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it's difficult playing the game with a lot of penalties. You know, it kind of takes the flow away of the game a little bit, and all we were talking about on the bench was staying disciplined. You know, they were getting a little frustrated. They're trying to get us roped into the stuff after the whistles, and we just tried to stay composed and stay out of the stuff after the whistles, and just try to beat them on the power play and beat them on the scoreboard. And we were fortunate enough to put a couple away on the 5-minute power play there, and we were able to hold on for the win.
Mike, what kind of goals did you guys have if you're coming in and at least statistically it says Yale is the best defensive team in Division I. They've been rated number 1 all year. What kind of little things did you guys want to get accomplished in order to combat? Well, they're number 1 offensively and defensively.
I don't know. We were pretty concerned about our play. Obviously, yeah, statistics say they're the best team in the regular season, but playoffs are a whole new ball game. And you know, our penalty kill was tremendous all weekend long, and you know, like Jack said earlier, we were able to get some shorthanded goals, and that's huge momentum for us. So yeah, you know, they have a great team, taking nothing away from them, but playoffs are a whole new ball game, and you know, we came out and we got the job done.
Mike and Wade, can you guys just talk a little bit about what Jack talked about? You're now headed back to Minnesota, and how much of an advantage is that going to be for you guys going to the Frozen Four?
Well, yeah, as Jack said, it's right in our backyard, so it'll be nice and close for even our fans just to get to. So that'll help having that hometown support, and that always helps us out and whatnot. So it'll just be nice to not have to travel far and be right there.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
I mean, we're familiar with the rink. Our new building has the exact same dimensions as the XL, so you know, playing on that NHL sheet, we're used to that. You know, we're used to the XL. We've been there plenty of times over the last couple of years. You know, the fan support should be tremendous, I guess, for Minnesota's team now. So that's pretty exciting.
Jack, what did you see from your goaltender the past 2 nights?
Oh, Kenny was phenomenal. I mean, stood on his head all weekend, made huge stops. I mean, he made the first save and made, you know, second, third saves that, you know, sometimes a team doesn't even expect a goalie to make. So, I mean, he kept us in both games this weekend, and, you know, he was our number 1 star for the weekend, that's for sure. So, yeah, he just played out of his mind, and we're proud of him for that.
Mike, following up on what you said about being Minnesota's team, what does it mean not just to go to the first part? There was some laughing about it earlier in the week with the whole confusion with the wrong banner or whatever it was. but not only to go to the Frozen Four in St. Paul, but also to be Minnesota's team and have the Gophers nowhere near it.
Well, anytime I think we're ahead of the Gophers is a good thing for us. But you know what? There's a lot of good teams in Minnesota, and we're fortunate enough to be there and have the support of the state, and we're looking to make the most of it. It's not very often you get an opportunity like that to have the whole state behind you. So we're definitely excited, and you have to make the most of these opportunities.
Any other questions for the players? Max?
Why the hair?
Blondes have more fun, right?
On that note, thanks guys for joining us. We appreciate it. Congratulations. The Yale locker room will be open for just 5 more minutes. If anybody needs to get a Yale player, we'll be open for 5 more minutes. Now takes questions for Coach Scott Sandlin.
Scott, similar to what I asked the players there, can you just talk about how important it was to stay composed in that second period where you feel there's a lot of rough and tumble hits being thrown on the ice?
We were harping on it pretty good. I think like Jack said, it looked like they were getting frustrated with some of the calls. We've all been through that as a player and coach, but we just felt if we could just stay out of that stuff, take advantage of them getting maybe a little frustrated with those things. It's an emotional game. This is, it's do or die, and you know what, you have a lot of emotions running through you both ways, and but we harped on it a lot, and certainly even going into the third period, we knew that we talked about not sitting back too much, even though it kind of seemed like that a little bit, but we talked about not putting yourself in positions to take penalties, hooking or if you can't catch a guy, just not do that. But we ended up taking 3 and they score on 2 of them and make it a game. But sometimes in this game you kind of get a feel that they're going to get some calls in that period, and they certainly did, and they took advantage of it, and give them a lot of credit for that.
Coach, what was your take on the major, kind of questionable from upstairs, and how big a turning point did you see that was?
Well, the interesting thing, we haven't been very good on 5-minute majors. If you look at our stats throughout the year, matter of fact, I know Bruce Siski, our radio guys in here, we've had a number of talks about we'd like to decline those because I think we've only had like 2 power play goals in about 8 chances. Obviously, I'm not going to comment on the call. I mean, it went in our favor, but we had an opportunity on the 5-minute, and we did take advantage of it, and that was certainly a huge turning point.
It's funny that you said that, because I was going to mention, we talked about how 5-on-3s have been a struggle too. So you get a 5-on-3, and bang, 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 that's in the net too, and then the 5-minute major might have been a turning point, but the 2 goals that you got were things that haven't happened for us very often this year.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of 5-on-3s. I made the decision to put Mike Seidel out there instead of Brown, kind of going into that 5-minute major, so I think we could balance out our power plays a little bit, and obviously looked pretty good with Mike scoring right away, but I thought we certainly had more opportunities, but those 5 minutes are tough. Sometimes you have the urgency early and maybe get a goal, and then you back off, and they're a very aggressive penalty-killing team. They look to push the puck up the rink. They look to score. They're very similar to North Dakota in our league in that respect, that they look to score off the man short, and we got lucky a couple times, but bottom line was we did what we had to do, and those were 2 big goals that gave us a 4-goal lead.